Damn. Are we live now? Yes! Welcome. My good boys, your boy Punky BFL Beat once again. Another big watch along live stream here. Man City versus Newcastle, man. Are you ready? Are you ready? That's my biggest question for tonight, man. Are you ready? Your boy is back. Are you ready, man, to go with me till the end? Are you ready? Like I am ready? Let's do this. Let's do this. As you all know, I'm an Arsenal fan. Can you see? Let me put my camera. It's like this that you can see which team I'm supporting. The Gunners. So we're gonna head to watch today Man City to be beaten by the great Newcastle. Let me put up a poll. Give me a minute. Let me put up a poll here. Will Newcastle destroy Man City today? Let's go. Now that's the poll for tonight. I don't wanna waste any minute, man. I don't wanna waste any minute. The poll is on. And you know what? One vote is in. It's over, man. Arsenal fans, lock in. Man City fans, vote, man. If you're supporting Man City, let me know. I want us to hype this match and enjoy it together, man. Because why not, man? Big up. 2 votes in. Let's go. I can see we are in, Sharon. I see ya. Let's do this. Let me share my screen. I'm gonna go direct to the, starting 11. Starting 11. Where is it? Let me share my screen. Starting 11. There it is. Let's go. A big game. Manchester City versus Newcastle. Man, I can see people coming in, man. Big up. Welcome. Let's go till the... As you can see, Man City today is using a formation of 4-1-3-2, while Newcastle is using a legendary formation that is 4-3-3. Big one. That's a big formation, man. 4-3-3 is a big formation, a legendary one, and I hope it's gonna yield some night, man. Today I'm voting for Newcastle to win. What about you who is watching right now, man? Which team are you supporting? Let me know. Vote right in the comment section as we go direct to the starting 11, because the game is gonna start in. The Manchester City goalkeeper tonight is Donnarumma. Their 4 defenders is Aït-Nouri, Guehi, Diaz, Nunes. Their midfielder, they have only Rodri. I don't know why. And their forward, they have O'Reilly, De Silva, Semenyo. For their top strikers, Mohamush and Erling Haaland. I can see people are in, and 4 votes are already in. Yes, at 75. No, at 25. Let's go. Keep voting. For the Newcastle team, their goalkeeper tonight is Nick Pope. Their defenders, 4 of them is Trippier, Theo, Ban, and Hull. For the midfielders, we have Ramsey, Tonali, Willock. Their forward and their own striker, Elanga, Watmad, and Gordon. I don't want to waste any minutes. I want us to enjoy a live commentary from your boy Punky BFLB alongside, I don't know the streaming site that I'm going to use, but let's enjoy, man. In the meantime, make sure you vote, vote, vote. Let me know. 4 votes, and I can see people coming in. Come on, if you're watching right now, vote and let's enjoy, man. Let's enjoy Man City versus Newcastle United. Let's go, Newcastle! I hope VAR is gonna favor Newcastle tonight, man. Let's go! Let's go!
Now, while City enjoyed a comfortable superiority in their recent cup encounters, their tyneside defeat in the league will ensure that familiarity does not breed contempt. A week to see City fate thrown back into their own hands. A faultless conclusion of the season will see them crowned champions.
Newcastle tonight.
But they can only approach the still distant finish line one step at a time. The task tonight, to avoid the faltering stride that will immediately see the initiative back to Arsenal. Newcastle started so brightly out in Azerbaijan, a goal up inside barely 2 minutes the other night. Trying to take the game to Manchester City in the early stages here. That's a short touch from Semenyo. And Nunes is going to be able to bring it forward now to Manchester City right. Semenyo sweeping it wide. Nuri for Rodri, anchoring the midfield. Bernardo Silva dropping alongside him at times.
I'm supporting Newcastle, man. Let's go!
Shove on Mark Gahey. City haven't been within 2 points of Arsenal since December the 30th, but that will be the gap tonight if they win here. Of course, the Gunners can restore their cushion in the North London derby, but they will have played an extra game. City win tonight will keep their fate in their own hands. With against Arsenal here on the 3rd weekend of April. Increasingly large. Switch play by Diaz. Fizzed in towards Marmouche. And a corner inside 90 seconds or so for Manchester City.
Well, that's just a brilliant ball from Diaz. Langer just switches off. He is far too tucked inside the pitch. Aït-Nouri with mountains of space. Just tries to whip it across that 6-yard box line. It's a good block from Newcastle to deal with that, but fantastic pass from Diaz.
On the first corner end that is easily headed away by Hall. Riley that was battling. Passed forward by Nunes. Silva. The footballing ability of Dan Burn, who has lost the first installment of that personal battle. Riley is a ball off his fellow, number 33. Manchester City starting well. Just a little bit rash from Dan Burn there.
A good swipe at that ball for the clearance. Just needs to focus on the contact.
Wriggling his way in, he's got the better of Willock. And the corner count already mounting up.
Let's go, Newcastle!
For the ball, not the best of tackles from Willock, but Anthony Gordon really did his job in identifying that and getting back in to help his teammate.
Silva. There underneath that ball for Malik Chow has been a magnificent acquisition for Newcastle. And it cleared towards Hall, who had Semenyo on his toes very quickly. Traveled a long way from the penalty area. It's Aït-Nouri that keeps it alive here for Manchester City. Rodri. Now Ruben Diaz. Stayed in. Lifting up the play.
This is where City do so well. Look at that press all the way in. 4 sky blue jerseys all the way in on Newcastle. They've worked it out well here.
Chasing. There's plenty of conjecture as to how Eddie Howe would line up his attacking options. He has gone with Gordon through the middle and Voldemar playing behind him as a 10. Joe Willock as a left-sided player in the front 3, although you would imagine he'll play in a more narrow role than an orthodox winger as Barnes would.
Yeah. It's interesting that he wants Gordon in that central role. He's been so successful, hasn't he, with scoring goals, but you have a little bit of a license to drift either side. But yeah, it's Willock holding Willock. Now Newcastle have the ball.
Let's go.
Just gives Gordon a little bit of freedom.
Newcastle,
Bring
let's
them high the
go.
flank. Just starting high at the moment. 10 Champions League goals in 9 ties this season.
You can see it by the way he's buzzing around the pitch, can't you? You know, he's really working hard defensively, like we saw a moment ago, and now Newcastle have the ball. He's high up the pitch, he's pressing, he's looking to run. His Premier League output hasn't been fantastic in terms of the numbers and the stats, but one thing he's always done is work hard. It's a big quality about him as a player.
Come on, Newcastle.
Looking forward to find Semenyo, who never needs a second invitation to break forward through the
Nice
midfield, but it was a
defending,
very
Newcastle.
well-timed challenge from Ramsey.
Not many players get back to Semenyo from that position. Ramsey did so well just to time the tackle from the side as well, win the ball.
Well, this is the 4th and potentially most significant of the matches between these two this season. City have won 2 of the previous 3. The win probability stats suggest they'll be victorious again today. 7% chance of success. Newcastle a 1 in 5 chance of repeating November's league victory between the two. As you might expect, Pep played down the significance of Arsenal dropping points in the week and the state of the title race. Said he was only worried about Newcastle, wasn't thinking about the 11 games to follow. Also said that he hasn't talked to his players about the table as he, quote, couldn't care less.
That's a great quote. Willock looking for a foul there, but that is just a shoulder-to-shoulder. Nunez perfectly entitled to put all the power he can into that shoulder-to-shoulder, and he wins it. But I think this is an area Newcastle can exploit. Not sure about Nunez's defending ability.
So to that end, are you surprised that they haven't got an orthodox winger up against?
I am. And when you look and you see Anthony Gordon playing centrally, as you've already mentioned, it does surprise me because I think this is an area that Newcastle can get at Manchester City. I mean, I think you will find him drifting out to the sides quite a lot, but you could see whether or not he would get the best out of Nunez 1v1.
It's been a great 10 days for Newcastle. 3 away wins over 3 competitions that have put them in the last 16 of the FA Cup and the Champions League, barring an all but impossible collapse. Far from happy as presses Haaland to the ground. Haaland thought it should be a yellow card. Burn didn't think it was a free kick.
Well, that's a good old tussle between 2 big, strong players. And I don't think Burn has got any arguments there really in terms of claiming that Haaland was pulling his shirt. I can't see that. I think it's just he got very, very tight. The moment the ball skipped past him, Haaland reacted a little bit quicker. And then he was the wrong side, Dan Burn, and there's no doubt that he has just pulled him down, and he's got to be really careful now. With 9 minutes in, he's skating on thin ice.
And that's his 9th yellow card of the season. And to go along with the red.
Tablet H. Hi. How are you doing, man?
The yellow card has come 40 cents, incidentally, rather than for the foul itself.
Not London forever, man. Always.
It's even more crazy because I think
Always.
the referee
Let's go.
obviously would have looked long
Tomorrow we
and hard
must
at that.
win, man.
But to know that he got that full descent
Arsenal
on
must
the
win.
reaction really does put him in a difficult position
Let's get watch
unnecessarily.
tonight, man.
He's got a fine record in this fixture, 5 goals in his last 7 games against Newcastle. Just the 1 Premier League goal for him so far this season, though, Bernardo Silva, which against Liverpool. Tamada took the turn, but he quickly lost possession. Silva trying to take the ball from Tamada's clutches. A little flick, but in behind Mamouche. Burns clearance, hitting Haaland. He's just struggling to get it away. Silva again involved. Semenyo bringing it forward. Chasing hard, and it was foul.
Oh, that's great strength from Lewis Hall there under pressure. Does really well to hold the challenge off, but this is a bit chaotic in here. Dan Burn coming out with the tackle. Semenya driving forwards with the ball. Does well to stand his ground there. Win the foul. Just relieves a little bit of pressure off of Newcastle.
Come on, Newcastle. Let's go.
Newcastle's winning this fixture on Tyneside was Eddie Howe's first in the league against Manchester City. Now hoping to become the first Toon manager to do the league double over City since Arthur Cox back in the 1980s. Who had an extensive spell behind the scenes here. Shove from Rodri into the back of
course,
just
man.
eased him under the flight of the ball.
Newcastle, they must win. They must
He's getting
win.
it forward. Marbush helping it on. Super toucher, more a short one. Rodri then guides that into the path of O'Reilly, who's alive to the fact that Rodri and Ignoré are coming forward to his left. Here's Bernardo Silva.
It's good lively pace. The game started up. City looking, they've got plenty of urgency when they're going forwards.
Sent by Willett, followed by Voldemar. Tonali. Just put it away from O'Reilly in a dangerous area of the Manchester City man was still able to pick it up before Trippier.
He's turning into a pet favourite, O'Reilly, isn't he? So established in this team now for such a young player. Multiple positions as well, Jim, which just tells you how good a player he is, how much the manager likes him.
Yeah, he made his debut about 15 months ago. It's his 60th first team appearance today, Nico O'Reilly. A relatively inexperienced Newcastle United bench John Ruddy apart. At the age of 39 is older than a couple of the other substitutes put together.
Oh my God.
That's
Why are you
real
letting
injury
Man
woes.
City to
Eddie Howe, Bruno
score?
Guimaraes, or Miley, or
Oh
Whistle, or
my
Botman,
God.
Livramento, or Share.
Holy.
But when you say that, you do have to credit their season, Newcastle. I know there's a little bit of negativity around it, but he's had a lot to deal with on that front.
I'm sure going to give him a lot to deal with here. Here is Nico O'Reilly.
Oh my
Absolutely
God.
magnificent. It is a superb strike from a young man who is right on top of his game. And Arsenal should consider that pressure applied.
Oh my God.
here from O'Reilly. Just talked about
We are
how well
cooked.
he's done to establish himself in this Manchester City team. And the movement here to take this ball.
Goodness, we are cooked.
Look at the composure. I mean, that is not easy. Just to allow that ball to drift across your body. Chiao's in 2 minds here. Do I step in? Do I get to the ball? He just delays. And I tell you what, you delay too long with this fella and he will punish you to hit across the ball. Pope getting a fingertip to it, but it's that good a strike. As the ball's rolling away from him, he's helpless to keep it out of the net, and that is
Come
so
on,
finished.
Newcastle.
What a goal from Nico O'Reilly. Masterful finish from Nico O'Reilly, and the 20-year-old has given Manchester City the lead with their first shot of the night. Gordon offside here as flagged by Konstantin Hatzidakis. Familiar position for Eddie Howe. His side trailing at Manchester City for the first time since he took charge. So it started with a purpose.
We are cooked.
And a real intent when going forwards, and that goal there is a classic example. The mentality this team have had right from the off. The way the midfield have burst through with the ball, real physicality, which is what that break was. With a top-class finish at the end of it. With a good turn away past Kieran Trippier, who began his career here at Manchester City, although he never made an appearance for the first team.
Newcastle, come on.
Voltamada. Okay, the only Manchester City player back. Gordon has got plenty of pace back inside. Works the angle and works Donnarumma.
Nice.
It was equal to it. Manchester City now are there. Defensive shape back behind the ball. Jordan. We just see that outlet that Newcastle have now. With Anthony Gordon down the middle makes such a difference, doesn't it, with those kind of breaks? He scored 4 the other night. He could have had 6. He missed a couple of one-on-ones. I think his support had been arriving too. He could have picked someone out, but Baltimore was a little slow to the party. Foul on Ramsey. Semenyo bringing it away. And releasing Marmouche. Haaland coming forward towards the edge of the penalty area, beaten away by Pope. Semenyo on the follow-up couldn't make any kind of clean contact. Which has surprised me, because everything he touches at the moment in a City shirt, Semenyo tends to go in the back of the net, but this game's brilliant at the moment. So open and flowing end-to-end. Carried away by Pope. The movement from Semenyo to just see where that ball was going to drop. The anticipation was great to try and get on the end of it. Coming forward here. Too much to do with the pass of his third-man run. Semenyo been able to follow up. Newcastle wouldn't have been happy because they were absolutely convinced it should have been a free kick at the other end, right on the edge of the box for the challenge on Ramsey. Don't take your eyes off this one at the moment. It does bring a different dimension to have Anthony Gordon in that position there. Keeps Guehi and Diaz so honest, the centre-backs. You cannot switch off, you can't get sloppy and just hold that line. You've got to be aware of that running behind you all the time, and it just stretches the pitch for Newcastle a little bit. So this is the situation at the top of the table as things stand right now. Manchester City back within 2 points of Arsenal. Never been that close at any stage in 2026. There'll be the gap at the end of the night if it stays this way. Trying to get a better return. Nick Pope read the script early enough. Nunes with a very quick throw, finding Haaland, who's got Rodri coming forward now. Rodri clipping it in. Marmouche is well covered by those in dark blue. Well, it's just power football at the moment from Manchester City. Rodri finding his form, finding that energy. Haaland getting the better of Dan Burn in that physical battle that they're having, and at the moment, it's pretty relentless. They're looking for a second.
Haaland against Trippier looks like something of a mismatch in the 6-yard box. Silva trying to exploit that. Punches it away, and it's the corner flag. In from O'Reilly. Newcastle have been leading 2 up whilst defending these corners, and that means that when they can break, as they do here with Willett, they're bodies ahead of him. One of them is Anthony Elanga, and he's won a corner of his own. I mean, I like it. I like the 2 up. Saw Liam Rossigna do it the other day at Arsenal. I think he put 3 up, didn't he? Or 3 went up with then, just to ask the question. And when you've got the pace of Elanga and Gordon on the break, it can be devastating. Is that one from a moment ago, the run for Gordon, that's a great header. That little touch into his path. And if someone just arriving here in the right spot, I think he would have opted to just set that ball. Instead he goes for the shot. Hard to beat Donnarumma from there, a goalkeeper of that quality. Has to go short as well. Trippier, Voltamada, and Donnarumma seems to suggest that he didn't get anything on Chao's header.
Oh my God.
It's a corner.
I think he touched it, put his hand up, then
I'm
tried
so
to
happy,
withdraw.
man.
There's a
Let's
slight
go.
fingertip tap there.
Let's go. It's 1-1, man. Let's go. Let's go.
With this second corner. There's heading it away. It's Hall back through a crowd and in. Lewis Hall for Newcastle United back on level terms within 8 minutes. Another twist in this engaging title race.
Let's go.
Delight for Newcastle. A goal that also warms the hearts of Arsenal fans. 1-1.
Yes.
Well, there's a bit of good fortune in this goal with the way that ball goes through bodies. Dan Burn just holding court there with his teammates, having a quick word. It's a good response from Newcastle. There's so many bodies in the way. Lewis Hall doesn't try and hit the cover off this ball. He just wants to get it on target, and he gets the best deflection he could possibly wish for, which is off a Manchester City player, and the ball skips down into the ground. I think it's Aït-Nouri that goes out, but he doesn't cover himself with glory. Doesn't really face the ball up to block it, turns his back.
And my boys, 1-1.
Unfortunate deflection for Donnarumma.
Well, clear the deflection off Aït-Nouri made all the difference, and there were players standing in potentially offside position inside the penalty area, but the VAR had a look at it. It's James Bell that's on VAR duty tonight. And the instruction that he gave the referee, well, the advice he gave the referee, should I say, was that the players that were in an advanced position weren't in the eye line of the goalkeeper or impacting his ability to make the save.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's quite a subjective call, isn't it? But I think a lot of the VAR are going off the rule of, well, was he going to save that if they weren't there? I don't think he was. But there's so many players in the eye line, Jim, that how can you really differentiate whether they're affecting him or not? Whatever you want to say, it is a subjective call from the VAR booth. Either way, Aït-Nouri's got to get out there and block that ball properly in my eyes. As a defender perspective, you can't really go out and turn your back and kind of shy away. You want to be as big as you can. Go square on. I think he would have just blocked that with his chest or his stomach or his thigh or whatever part of the body was in contact. Instead, he turns, and it's a wicked deflection for Donnarumma.
tonight. Tricky. Back for Burn. Most important statistic on season sides at dead level. Time as well, a number of attempts. Newcastle were 3-2 up in terms of shots on target. Semenyo.
Don't give me
Travelling into a
space.
shooting position. It hit Lewis Hall.
Let's go.
Usually credited with the goal despite the deflection. The shot deemed to be on target. So Hall will claim it. It's only the third goal that he scored for Newcastle United. All three have come against Mancunian opposition. The two against United. All three goals he scored for Newcastle have been in Manchester.
Oh my God.
Ruben Dias here for Manchester City. What to do again then?
Oh my
His back in front.
God.
It's a big goal, isn't it? Really, just to get this game level, keep Newcastle in the game. There was a worry there that City was just going to keep going and going and going, searching, powering onto a second goal, but they've really put them in check here, Newcastle. And what an opening 25 minutes it's been.
Oh, lovely reverse ball from Semenyo. Haaland. 2-1. It's O'Reilly again.
Oh
And they
my
lead
God.
again. The man with the most predatory instinct turns provider. And it's Nico O'Reilly who's arriving. Manchester City 2-1 up. Barely 5 minutes after being pegged back.
Well, some of Manchester City's movement and running off the ball has just been sensational in this game. It really has. This little move here from Haaland and the flicked pass from Semenyo, the moment he steps inside, he knows he wants that ball down the channel. Lewis Hall gets dragged in, he stands it up. And I'll tell you what, there's not too much this lad can't do. He plays left back, midfield, arrives in the box. He scored 2 goals, this one a headed one, and it's a brilliant finish. The physicality that he has is absolutely top class, and what an impact he's had on this game.
Come on, Newcastle, man. You're making hits. Oh man.
Wonderful opening half out of this game, which has ebbed and flowed. Manchester City leading for the second time tonight. Will they be able to make a better fist of holding on this time? Lead at the top, down to 2 points. Semenyo just out of work. Winning it back from Elanga.
It does feel like City have just got that confident vibe back, Jim. You know, like you've seen them sometimes and they look like they've lost that a little bit, that assuredness and the confidence when they go forwards. But every time they've gone forwards tonight, they've got a real purpose and confidence about them. And that is reflected with the amount of opportunities they've created and 2 goals scored already. Lovely little slip inside Semenyo, who's been a revelation really since signing from Bournemouth, and it's just a great goal. Not many crosses from City either. They're the lowest in the Premier League this year in terms of open play crosses into the box, but that one there really did pay off.
Certainly made it count. They are the top scorers in the league. They're the only side averaging more than 2 goals a game. Now, the defensive record has also improved markedly year on year. They're now conceding half a goal a game less than they were last season.
They haven't adopted the the direct trends of the Premier League this year, Manchester City. They're kind of stuck to their guns in how they want to play. No long throws, not a lot of crosses. They're still creating a lot of opportunities. We've got defending to do here as Ramsey plays it in. Rodri. Come out and catch that. Clearly wasn't a back pass. Half an hour has raced by. Have of course played down the two Arsenal results that they've had at Brentford and Wolves, but it must have given his players a massive psychological lift. Here's Gordon through Donnarumma, who
Go down, keep on, keep on, keep on.
beaten tonight by Lewis Hall's shot that deflected off Aït-Nouri. O'Reilly with only the second double of his senior career, scoring either side of that Lewis Hall goal. Just the speed in which this title race has changed is quite incredible. I was settling down to watch Manchester City and Liverpool thinking, oh, if they don't win this, then it's kind of almost over. And then just a few games later, they're right back in it again. And historically, they have got better as seasons have gone on. You know, they're adept at chasing down leaders. They've taken more points in the second half of the campaign than the first in 6 of the last 7 years. The final third of their season has been the most productive in 5 of the last 7. Any side's going to back themselves to be able to overhaul an advantage it is there. The problem here, as you can see, for Sandro Tonali, just caught on his knee. Obviously, Eddie Howe needs is yet another injury to one of his key midfielders. That would be a major problem. Big problem. I mean, he's got Joe Linton on the bench. Sula's played in there as well, hasn't he? Which doesn't quite fit the same mould as what Tonali brings, but it would be a real blow if he had to go off with this. Well, if he can't continue, the natural change may well be to bring Joe Linton on. We also have the option of potentially moving Willock back in there and putting Barnes on the left. They have had desperate luck over the course of the campaign through injury. It always seems as though it's the same kind of position at once. When you haven't got Bruno Guimaraes, and there's no hint that he's going to be coming back playing for Newcastle again until April. Sandro Tonali, who has featured in every game that Newcastle have played, all 15 of them in the course of 2026. They're desperately hoping that they can patch him up. Geordies will temporarily restart the game with 10 men. Helping that on. Just getting it away, giving Haaland something to chase, and a clever little touches. Still finding the pressure on Byrne. Here's O'Reilly. There's another player down there. Understand how that is a foul. I mean, all eyes are on the ball from Haaland. The arm comes up. He's perfectly entitled to have that right arm out to protect himself. Yes, he catches Xiao. That's just part of the game. It's not a foul. Did you used to feel like that when you were a centre-half playing up against a 6'5" striker? I'm sure my recollection is that you were a little bit more critical. I might have had a moaner if I'd been on the receiving end of it, but you accepted it as part of, it wasn't anything intentional, it's just a flailing arm. And I'm sure Thiaw's dished out a few of them himself as well, and would want to say, look, I'm just heading the ball, which he was. Haaland's been a right nuisance, isn't he? Dan Byrne, for me, is looking at him thinking, I actually don't want to get embroiled in anything with him at the moment. That ball he let bounce there wasn't very assured from Dan Byrne that he was going to go and deal with that, and I think that yellow card and And the last couple, Haaland's just got the better of him. Decision making is going to be key, because there's going to be 2 or 3 more instances where those balls are going to be bouncing and he's going to have to decide whether he goes or not.
Watchalong's come back on the field, and Zhao is now being told that he has to leave the field having received treatment. So Newcastle effectively still down to 10 men, just for the time being. Geordie's recent results have been a good response to a difficult run where they only won 1 of the previous 9 matches, but still they've taken 4 points in the last 5 league games. That's why they're very much entrenched in that middle tranche of the table at the moment. So many clubs so tightly concertina together, it's not going to take too much of a run to be able to make some headway. Chow now coming back on, so it's 11 aside again.
I mean, they've got Carabao, haven't they, midweek, Newcastle, and then Everton at home. They've got 4 games at home, haven't they? Which gives them a little inkling of maybe getting a run going and getting a few wins back to back, which, like you say, will soon impact the league table.
Now Marmoush able to bring it down, no flag up against him yet. O'Reilly! Inches away, but it wouldn't have counted.
Well, let's see how far this is off. I mean, yeah, I think it was very close for me of being a flag up, because it was relatively clear from the assistant's position. Riley arriving again in the box. I mean, talk about having instinct to get forwards. He's done it brilliant in this game.
Well, he touched on his versatility. I've seen a lot of action as a left back in his Manchester City career, but Pep has never been under any misapprehension about what he feels his best position is, and it is as a 10. Floating around in the kind of area where he is today.
It's almost like the Manchester City education under Pep, that you've got to play multiple positions before you almost earn the right to be given the one that you want, that's best for you. I quite like that about it. It's like a process you have to go through, isn't it? Certainly with young players, you've got to be adaptable. He wants to see how you react after time as well.
It's a great throw, and a good turn from Semenyo. Hillary coming forward. Marmoush the most advanced of those in light blue. Never too far away from the action. Cut that down and play. Holding it out here for Trippier. Elanga bending his run to make sure that he was the right side of Gahey when the pass was played. Gordon. Newcastle going from back to front really quickly here. Joe Willock will take over. That's comfortable for Donnarumma. But that's their MO tonight.
It is, and it works. I think he can maybe even take Gahey a bit. I think Gordon, because the ball in is pretty much perfect for where it could be. But certainly they have the capacity to hurt Manchester City with that quick break.
Haaland alive to the possibility of a quick throw and how advantageous that might be. He realised that he didn't really have the players around him to make it effective. Slows things down instead. Really good record here, Man City. They've only dropped points in 2 games at the Etihad since September. Draws against Chelsea and Brighton. Won each of the other 10. Silva. Rodri's ball in. The off-balance bird. Gay. Might return the favour. Taking on Ruben Diaz, who just leant across his path and stopped him. At the expense of a free kick and a yellow card. Yeah, the Manchester City centre-backs are not enjoying being up on the halfway line. With Gordon and Elanga knocking and pass. It's great pace from Gordon. It's direct, knock it in the space and run. He's got the beating of Diaz. Pep knows it as well. The look on his face in the background. He knew his centre-back was in trouble. But the ball from Voltemada to release him was absolutely brilliant. He could have just cleared that ball and banged it up the pitch, but he got his head up, saw Gordon and placed a beautiful pass into him. Well, it's an experiment that has worked really well over the last few games. Nick Voltemada playing in that more withdrawn role. But that's why it suits him for me. He's got the capacity to play those kind of passes. You wouldn't think it, but that for me is one of the stronger parts of his game. With Montanari's ball in his 2-2. Dan Burn coming to meet it. Flag comes up to deny him. He wheeled away in celebration. Up comes the flag. And it looks as though it's going to be chalked off. This will confirm it. Yeah. That looks offside. I mean, it's hard for the assistant. But the starting position of Dan Burn is half a yard offside from the start. And nobody drops early from Manchester City. It's a really disciplined line. The assistant took his time, didn't he? Waited and waited, wasn't too sure, and eventually the flag goes up. It looks the right call. Yes, confirmed. Just given a little shove there by Ruben Diaz into an offside position. He shoves him, then puts his hand up to say he's offside. It's really ups and play. Clever piece of play, but you've got to have the discipline, because if you're going to hold that line, everyone has to hold it. If one drops just half a yard, they play him on. So you've got to trust your teammates there. Where's the eye line of Newcastle counterparts? They're getting it back to Nani, chasing after it, but Gahey unfazed. Sort of wiggled his way through. Paul. Intelligent touch from Voltemada. Ramsey can release Elanga. He's got Willett coming forward. Gordon busting it gut to get up with him as well. Here is Anthony Gordon. There's Newcastle. Newcastle. Nearly just finding that opening or opportunity. It's the pace again that gets him in the situation with Elanga. And there you can see that little nudge from Diaz just bumps Dan Burn half a yard offside. Haaland's got it forward here for Semenyo. Couldn't play Omar Mamouche. He's got an extraordinary goal-scoring record against Newcastle. 5 goals in his last 2 games against the team. Silva. Still early Haaland, and still. Grateful to see that one just crept wide of his post. But he wants to share in the action, doesn't he? Physicality again.
Like a man possessed in this game, Haaland. Really has been aggressive with his body. Lovely shift of the feet there to manoeuvre the opening and just drags the shot a little bit wide.
Well, his goal against Fulham in the last league game was the 200th in his senior league career. Facing a side tonight, though, that have been his nemesis. He did score against Newcastle the first time he played them. He hasn't netted in any of the subsequent 8 games against the two, which is his longest ever barren run against a single opponent in his career. He's got an assist against his name tonight for what at the moment is the decisive goal. An absorbing spectacle. Newcastle have more than played their part in that. Looks under pressure. Able to turn. And a better ball for Elanga there could have caused City some significant problems because Nunes had played him onside.
It's just got to be flicked over the top. I don't understand what the pass is there from Willock. That was just a tiny little lift over the top. Leave that ball in that space between the edge of the 18-yard box and the rest of the pitch, and Elanga will get there. I mean, that is a real threat for Newcastle this first half. This was made the first half so entertaining.
Semenyo with the challenge on Ramsey, then a subsequent one on Hall. Diaz. Oh, O'Reilly able to turn. So past the fine end. And already bringing it forward as Manchester City look for a 2-goal advantage before half-time.
It's been a high-quality first half, hasn't it? It really has. Some of the passing, touch, and the finishes on the goals have been absolutely excellent.
Urge to shoot. Hope was beaten.
Newcastle.
It'd be interesting to see how close this was. Looked in from where I'm sat. Just pulls it a fair way wide. Good couple of metres, but again, finding a pocket of space, and it's the slick one-touch passing that City have that are getting the likes of Marmoush and O'Reilly in great positions.
Well, he scored a hat-trick in this particular fixture last season. Newcastle winning by 4 goals. City, I beg your pardon, winning by 4 goals to 0. Two sides met almost exactly 12 months ago. It's been a much more even contest tonight. City with 2/3 of the possession. The attempts pretty level.
That shows you Newcastle game plan is working. That amount of attempts off that amount of possession shows you they're counter-attacking really well.
It's an intelligent ball from Tonali, fashioning it out towards Ramsey, who was offside.
It's very tight.
I just wonder whether Diaz actually was playing him on. But it's very easy when you see a still, as opposed to having to make a decision in instant time, as Hatzidakis had there.
He's had a few calls in this first half, hasn't he? That one from Byrne, the actual goal as well, which he would have been a big contributor in, whether or not they were interfering with play and who was offside.
Tonali's head. Diaz improvising. Down by Willock. And all of a sudden, City bringing in 4-3 against 2. Rodri slipping into his left-hand side. Omar Marmoush. Got past Chow, he couldn't get it past Pope. And the gap remains at 1.
Well, I should score. I think Thiaw does really well because the trailer leg just does its job, doesn't it? Gets a contact with the ball, bounces up, just unsettles Marmoush there, doesn't give him a clean hit.
time. And it's Manchester City that have the advantage thanks to 20-year-old Nico O'Reilly. Behind the penalty area, and then after Lewis Hall had hit one from distance that deflected off Ryan Aitnuri, O'Reilly came up trumps again, heading home a Haaland cross. 2-1 to Manchester City at half-time. Eminently watchable. So much drama here, and in the bigger picture in the title race as well. City 2, Newcastle 1 at the break.
We are cooked, man. Man City is unstoppable, man. Let's wait for the second half, man. This Man City, this team is unstoppable, man. Man City right now is unstoppable. I don't know what to say, man. They are unstoppable. Let's wait for the second half. Big shout out to people who are in right now. 15 votes. I can see Newcastle fans are in, man. I don't know. Are they Newcastle fans or Arsenal fans? I guess they are Arsenal fans, man. Superstar Melo. I can see, man, you are disappointed like me right now. It's gonna be okay, man. Let's wait for the second half and see if we're gonna do something, man. One goal is not something big. In football, anything can happen. So let's hold our horses. Who knows? Newcastle can come up with a goal and draw, or Newcastle can come up with 2 goals and they win the match. I'm still believing in Newcastle until full time. But for the halftime, score is Manchester City 2 goals, Newcastle 1. Man. A disappointing one for the first half. Let's wait for the second half, man. Let's wait for the second half. In the moment, vote.
Sports Interactions got betting on global matches.
Keep voting, man.
Thousands of weekly games. Bet with Sports Interaction.
Elaborate, I can see you, man. I see you are supporting Newcastle tonight, but it is what it is, man. Let's wait for the second half.
Which is met by Haaland, heading home! Corner the 10 things around! Finding space for Jack Pedro's in the clear this time. Jack Pedro for Chelsea. Penalty. Now the lifeline for Leeds. Lucas mentioned. Behind it. Open again. He's nearly got it still. And he brought it down again. It's clear. And the goal is given. Working by Salah. Oh my goodness. I can't believe what I've just seen. Wharton seems it's so effortless. Towards Stuart Larson, who scores his first goal for Crystal Palace. And Stuart Larson again. It's Hannibal. Burnley back in business. Anthony. Jaden Anthony. It's 2-2. Anthony with this corner. The flick on. Oh, it's no goal. This is extraordinary. Dino, overtime in added time. Salah, all to save the welcome. Burnley, victorious again. There is life in their season yet.
Let's wait for the second half, guys.
The first North London derby of the season is almost upon us. It is one of the biggest games in English football.
Oh my God.
This is a rivalry that cuts deep. It divides families. There's nothing tougher than Arsenal supporters enjoy more than to get one over on each other. In each of the last two meetings of these teams, there's an extra determination today. So, lovely track back to Carlos Thompson. Tyler from the first attempt on target. And he's 29 minutes to the extra side.
Let's hope this second half is gonna be good for Arsenal, man. Let's hope so. Come on, Newcastle, please. Come on, Newcastle. Just need a draw only, please. I know Newcastle can do something. Let's believe, man. Let's believe Newcastle is gonna come back and take a draw or a win. I don't want Man City to take a lead, please. Ultimately, Newcastle fans, let's cross fingers. Like this. Like this. Let's go. Nearly like less than 5 minutes remaining. We get to the second half. Oh, Arsenal fans, man, we are under pressure. We are under pressure, man. I don't know what will happen, man. Man City are coming and they are coming too fast. Holy. I don't know. Tomorrow, I don't know if Arsenal is gonna win, but I have a feeling Arsenal is gonna take a lead tomorrow. Arsenal is gonna win, and we're gonna go how many points clear? Maybe 7 points. If Man City loses tonight, Arsenal is gonna go 7 points clear. What a big dream, man, for Arsenal. Let's wait and see, man. Also, if you're watching right now, don't forget to like and sub. Also, tomorrow, Arsenal versus Tottenham. I'll be doing a watch along. I promise I'm gonna come early on the stream before the game starts. Get to analyze it, get to hype the game, and the game, and enjoy the match when it starts till the end. Okay. Tablet, I don't know, tablet EH, man. If you're an Arsenal fan tomorrow, don't miss out, man. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Tomorrow Arsenal, we are taking it, man. It's gonna be a tough game. Tottenham, they are, our enemy since back in the days. So let's cross fingers and wait, see if Arsenal is gonna do something. We are very disappointed. We drop points when playing with Brentford. We drop again points when playing with Wolves. Now we're gonna face our London enemies, biggest enemies. It's gonna be fire, man. It's gonna be fire. I'm hoping we're gonna take a big win tomorrow. Arsenal, let's go. Come on, you Gunners. But for today, let's all lock in. If you're an Arsenal fan, let's all lock in. Support Newcastle United, man. Support Newcastle. If Newcastle does something, it's an advantage to us as Arsenal. Yeah, the second half is here, man. Let's enjoy. Let's enjoy the second half. Let's enjoy the second. Thanks. I didn't even do the sound check, man. What's happening with me, man? But wherever we go all in.
And welcome back to the Etihad. It's Manchester City 2, Newcastle United 1 as the two teams prepare to come back out for the second half. I think Newcastle will be quietly pleased with everything but the scoreline in the first 45 minutes. Their game plan has looked effective. They've come close to being able to spring the Manchester City offside trap on a couple of occasions. They do find themselves behind. Also saw Abdelkader Kusanov just making his way through the picture there. He is going to be coming on at half-time for Manchester City. Ruben Dias, the player who isn't reappearing. Dias is on a yellow card. I don't know whether that has had something to do with Kusanov's injury.
I would say so. I mean, unless there is an injury, but I think the yellow card and the way that Newcastle have set up been hugely effective with the quick breaks and the pace of Gordon and Elanga. Perhaps Pep feels that Kusanov is better to slip in there with Diaz on that yellow.
Kusanov has started 11 of the last 12 games in all competitions. About to come on, it's going to be the 100th senior appearance of his career. Certainly been playing the best football of his career over the last couple of months or so, but he's going to find himself with his hands full of that man in the second half. So confirmation of Manchester City's change. Kusanov on for the yellow card in Diaz at half-time. Manchester City have dropped 11 points from half-time leads this season. Only West Ham have surrendered more than that. That suggests that there's still work for Pep's men to do. Conversely, Newcastle have only scored 4 goals in the second half of their 13 away games in the league so far this season. So they too have much more joy before the break than after. 2-1 to Manchester City, a lead that at times has looked fragile with a small F. And Newcastle trying to take the game to City from the opening whistle of this second period.
I think they'll be really pleased with the way that they've actually coped with what was a very good first half performance from Manchester City and offered a real threat going the other way.
Fontamata wanted a free kick. Haaland played to the whistle, and then Semenyo frustrated with himself. Fontamata is back on his feet, not moving with complete ease. Here's Alanga. Fontamata.
Nice.
Either side of him.
Let's go,
Coming forward
Newcastle.
to join Gordon around the edge of the penalty area. Big appeals for handball from the Newcastle fans behind that goal. And the incident is being checked. VAR, James Bell. The referee has been told that the incident has been checked and cleared because the arm was in a natural position close to the body.
God.
Ramsey. Gordon. Trying to get forward, but still winning the seconds in the midfield with Bernardo Silva. Just brought back there by Joe Willock. Yellow card, the first of the second half.
What?
Just seemed really unnecessary to me.
What's
That
wrong?
yellow card.
What's
Players
wrong
will
with
back it.
the
Will
referee?
need to commit that kind of foul. Put yourself on a yellow card for the rest of the game.
So Willock in the book, along with his teammate Dan Burn. Ruben Diaz booked in the first half has made way now for Kusanov. Semenyo, allows a loose touch. Immediately, the situation was salvaged by Rodri. He's scooping it forward with the outside of the left boot. Anywhere will do for Burn. Semenyo just caught again, his second mistake in this second half. He thought that he'd been able to rectify that one, but he's given a free kick away.
So that's a sloppy pass, isn't it? That, for me, is a yellow card tackle, and the referee agrees. Mind you, he gets a little piece of the ball just beforehand, which is what Bernardo Silva's saying to the referee, and he's actually right. Gets a good chunk of the ball before he makes a contact with the player. Silva booked, it's his 12th
Yellow card of the season. That's high, isn't it? Tough tackling midfielder. Don't quite picture him as that, Bernardo Silva, but it just shows you the shift he puts in defensively for Manchester City. He really does get about the pitch and really offers that element of the game. Well, that's a yellow card in 3 appearances. Diagonal, and they've got a free kick out of it.
Nice. Let's go, Newcastle.
Danburn was pushed. Bernardo Silva arguing the toss. Bernardo Silva's just arguing. How can I foul him? Look at the size of it. Well, that is as clear as ever an attempt to just band into Danburn and not play the ball. He's not even looking at the ball, Bernardo Silva. And he's just picked up a yellow card. And I'm sure the referee's having a conversation with him just to say, just calm down a bit. This is dangerous territory here. Yeah, the answer to your question, how can I foul him? Well, just rather than full foul. Yeah. And, ignore the ball. They have a prodigious aerial threat to attack these set pieces, Newcastle. This is a free kick in their best position yet. Hall with his left, Tonali over the favourite with his right. And his Hall. Side Ellie only. There are a few on this side of the ground thought that was it. Me included. It's the net rippling, isn't it? Get the right angle on this, it does look like it's gone in, but when you see it from that position, it's comfortably wide of that near post. Roma certainly had it covered. Chow. Straight at Nunes. Stays down for now against Omar Mamouche. Ball back here for Antoine Semenyo. He couldn't get a shot in. City will come again. And now the flag is up. That presumably was for the first ball play towards Omar Mamouche. Trippier was waiting for that flag to go up. Tackle goes in for Bolton. It was a good chance that for Semenyo. It's a bit of a heavy touch, but flag's got to go up a little bit sooner, maybe. He's had a few this evening, though, hasn't he? He's been very busy on that far side. Was having his shirt pulled by Rodri, but he still got there first. He's been able to release Hall, who's got 3 to aim at in the middle. Not missing them all. I'd be really disappointed with that Lewis Hall, who's playing extremely well for Newcastle at the moment, but that ball, he knows he can just fist that kind of waist height or head height, and that'd be a real chance for Newcastle. He's getting really stretched now. Semenyo still travelling and still travelling. And the ball ends up halfway back the stand.
Come on,
You're absolutely right. It is stretched in space.
Semenyo to pass through.
One thing you don't want to give Semenyo when he's running at you. It's Ramsey has a little nibble at him, but Ramsey doesn't get the strike right at all. But the space is there. He's one of the best at driving into it. Great end to his Bournemouth career, a great start to his City stay with the 5 goals in 9 games since he arrived here, including one at Newcastle in the first leg of the League Cup semi-final. is, albeit briefly, a former Sunderland player as well. He ever played a weird derby. It's the City substitute Kusanov. Haaland renewing their acquaintance. Decision goes City's way.
I just think he does brilliantly here, but to be honest,
It's a tough one,
when you look
man.
at the initial
Can see
engagement
super
there,
Arsenal
it
one, and I
bounces, and
see
he's got the upper hand here. I think if he just eases off at
this
this
one is
moment,
tough.
doesn't need to go all the way in there. Haaland's going nowhere. If anything, he's going to win the throw in, or Haaland's going to give the ball away. It's just that final little bit gets Haaland off the hook there, because it gives Manchester City the free kick.
Pull of the shirt, little push on the back, and he trod on his foot as well.
Yeah.
Just while the boot came off. So change imminent for Manchester City, another one with Ryan Cherky being spoken to with great animation from Guardiola. All the ball for Newcastle United in this second period, which is 10 minutes old.
They've started the second half really strongly. You can feel the way the game is, that they have it more of the ball. I just don't know if it suits them that much, Jim, to be honest. I think maybe defending deeper than hitting them on the breaks better.
So there's one area where City have markedly improved, have just changed their style of play over the last couple of years, but fast breaks never used to be a thing under Pep Guardiola. It is now. So while Newcastle United majority of possession and trying to take the game to Manchester City, they might just be playing into the Citizens' hands. Rodri foul. Cherky about to come on. And Harvey Barnes and Joe Linton getting ready. City change first. And Marmoush, hat-trick in this fixture last season. No joy for him tonight. Not on a personal level anyway, but as he leaves the field, his bonus is still intact. Cherky on the replacement. Not a bad replacement. It's a bad replacement.
There's a box of tricks, isn't it? He has got a creative style, this player.
Haaland, the highest, kept it alive. Now for Cherky, who also scored at Newcastle, as did Semenyo in the first leg of the League Cup semi-final between these two. Mark Gahey, winning 2-0 there, coming back and winning 3-1 here. Beaten 2-1 back in November when the sides met in the league. Harvey Barnes, who's about to come on, was the player that did the damage that day. Both goals for the two. Getting it away. Silva, the culprit. Gordon unable to turn. Okay, he was very quickly on the scene. Excellent ball retention from Cherky. Tonali winning it back. City's struggling to get it to stick at the mark. Still Newcastle with the majority of possession in this second half. Going to throw through Hall. So Voldemar, the first player that's going to come off. Joe Linton on for him. And Joe Willock will be replaced.
The player was thinking that he's going to score out.
Same kind of damage as he did when the two sides last met in the league.
Well, I think that's a really attacking substitution, to be honest. Harvey Barnes. I think when he gets going on that far side, he really can be devastating. He's shown that with important goals. What role Joel Linton will play, we'll have to wait and see whether or not he'll just slot into that more attacking midfield role, or whether they'll switch it up a little bit, Newcastle. May well go back to what was the customary Newcastle shape under Eddie Howe for a long time, the 4-3-3, with Linton on the left-hand side of the midfield. Ramsey on the right, Tonali battling for possession here in the middle. He's won it back as well, the Italian. Joe Linton is more of a midfield player now that gets about the pitch, uses physicality. Hasn't quite got that kind of finesse and quality on the ball, I don't think, is what Altamada does. It's a pretty sharp turn, though.
Nice pass to follow. Linton looking wide for Hall. It's just at cross purposes with Barnes. Well, City away has been a fruitless trip for the travelling Newcastle fans for as long as many of them will care to remember. They remarkably have lost each of their last 16 league games here. Since a goalless draw 20 years ago, their last win away to City in the league, courtesy of Alan Shearer at Main Road back in 2000. Still, as always, they travel in 5 boys of great number. And still, right in this game, they've taken something from it. There's an edginess around the City Stadium. As the crowd are feeling that Newcastle have got a good old share of this second half. It's not as dominant a display as the first half from Manchester City. Well, it's just saw one underneath the eye, having where the free kick that has seen him booked within minutes of coming on. Semenya. Maybe trying to take over. Passing it out for Kieran Trippier. Great play. Anthony Elanga blessed with plenty of pace. Nathan Reed back goal side. And he defended it really well. Well, it is great defending. Gets his body in, but I just think Elanga can be more positive here. That take from Ramsey in the pass is brilliant, but this first touch needs to get in that pitch a little bit more aggressive. The moment it slows down there, it just favours Aït-Nouri. Yes, he does well. His body shape's good. Shows him the line, then steps across his path. Top defending. Just one goal in 45 games, Anthony Elanga. Most of which have come in a Manchester City shirt, in a Newcastle shirt, but one goal that he has scored for Newcastle game against City. Haaland. Semenya urged to shoot, and he did, but not with conviction. Well, I think Nick Pope reads it anyway. I mean, even if he strikes this really well, Semenya with his left foot, look at Pope in goal. He knows that's the only place it's going. Already shifted across to his right-hand side. It's a comfortable save in the end.
Damn.
Here's Semenya. Manchester City, the majority of attempts in this second half so far. And Trippier catches Aït-Nouri, stops his progress, and he will also receive a yellow card.
Oh my God! Everyone is receiving a yellow card.
The referee there. He hesitates. Trippier, he's not going to go, and then he decides late to step in and try and win it. He's never going to get there. Not much of a touch, but at that speed, someone running past you only takes a glancing blow to put him to the floor and pick up a yellow card.
Trippier making his 150th Newcastle appearance tonight. It's his 4th yellow card of the season. Bernardo Silva, Haaland got it all wrong. He's been really effective this evening, but you always get the impression that he's not happy unless he gets his goal. Haaland, it's what he feeds off. Yes, he wants the team to win, and that's first and foremost, but that personal level of the goal is the animal that he is. It's Nico O'Reilly that's taken the goal scorer's acclaim tonight. Haaland setting one of those up. That's why, as we approach the midway stage of this second half, it is Manchester City that lead by the odd goal in 3. At the top of the table, down to 2 points as things stand right now. But they would love a 2-goal cushion just to take a little bit of the fragility out of the situation. What the Hornets make as he gets back to his feet is that the ball was kicked away.
Well, it was. I mean, there was a day where that was being harshly punished. I remember one here, actually, against Arsenal. It was Trossard. Maybe Trossard kicked the ball away. Very big game and got his 2nd yellow.
Sending it forward, Haaland doing battle again with Dan Burn. Donnarumma coming a long way to meet him, was justified in doing that, but Ramsey very quickly teases it back in. For a goal kick, forced to play it. So Newcastle recycle it with Barnes and then Hall. Haaland gets it away, the flag is up though. Haaland put to the acclaim of those around him. Contribution in that penalty area as well, although Burn was offside.
Yeah, he's offside there, but comes in the back of Haaland. It's been a good battle that this evening. I've enjoyed it. The 2 big men tussling it out.
I think they probably enjoyed it as well. The physical nature of it, although had a poor record this season against elite opposition. Newcastle, that's certainly played a part in their league position. Because apart from their win over City, they've taken only 2 points from 9 matches against sides who started the weekend in the top 7. O'Reilly on a hat trick, but not in a position to try and pull the trigger that time. Gordon trapped back really quickly, and then Joelinton was fouled.
That's great from Gordon there.
That was great from them as well. Needed the early ball. Langer didn't release him. He would have been offside. Still gets it back though from Zanali. Kusanov back to block. JB has alleviated the danger.
I think it's fair to say that too short for Langer really does find those moments of quality in matches like this to make the difference with that final ball. It was a great run from Anthony Gordon. And he just didn't get his head up to find him. He does so well here to get back and hold that ball up for Newcastle. They play it early. Great spot from Joe Linton. The pass needs to go now. It's got to go straight. Ball is in. Just with the right way. Anthony Gordon knows it, but he just doesn't quite see it.
He couldn't hide his dismay, Gordon. His latest long ball punted towards that Manchester City penalty area. Quite large and dealt with the threat pretty well. They know with 20 minutes to go that this is far from one. Hall. That's for Jolinton. Nunes, who found himself at left back rather than right back for a moment. And then Christoph had to track a long way to come out and deal with that. Read the situation really well for his backing defender.
Yeah, it's a great adjustment, wasn't it? He knew Nunes was out of position on the left-hand side, really adjusted, covered that whole area of the pitch and made a great challenge. Newcastle with plenty of the ball.
Much more of the ball. 65% of it in the last 5 minutes. It's 2/3 of the play.
I think it's interesting to see how that affects them.
Haaland will bring it forward here. Points back for Newcastle to be able to effect the block. Now Langa. Haven't really seen him have the ball at his feet and drive with pace and conviction as he used to in his Nottingham Forest days. Barnes trying to do exactly that. It's Tonali. Anger again into Aït-Nouri. Newcastle win their first quarter of the second half.
Yeah, they've had way more possession, Newcastle, but I'm not sure if they look more dangerous because of it. I think they're better when they're sat deeper, and here's the change. As we've been talking about, just that final ball from Elanga has been lacking a few times, and I think that may well be the switch here.
Well, Jacob Murphy will come on the next time the ball goes out of play. Who is going to take this? It is Elanga after all. Elanga is easily clear. The Swedish international again. Tonali. Trippier. Still an advanced ball not forthcoming. Elanga making the run forward. Have they got him in? All Gordon. Haaland back defending again. Across the cover and concedes the corner.
Haaland defending.
That has been the feel of this second half. Newcastle doing more than enough to be back in this game. I think it's a fraction offside there. Elanga, Gordon probably just onside.
Something else for Canberra potentially to try and hit. This time it will be Hall who will supply the delivery. Just Blackburn wanted last time, he and Jolinton, and indeed Malik Shah. So very short. In from back contested far post area, and it's taking the extreme for Donnarumma.
But no clean header from anyone. It's Bernardo Silva that makes the difference.
Let's
And then a
go.
challenge on Lewis Hall right back to Manchester City. Forecasts. Haaland. Stopped by Chow. 8 minutes to go. You sense that there is still another goal in this.
Manchester City sitting deep and looking to hit Newcastle on the break, and
Haaland goes down. The referee had eyes on the incident, says play on. Another free kick to Newcastle. There have been umpteen of them from various areas halfway court. Haven't quite been able to get the delivery right as yet. Murphy's been getting ready to come on for a while, but I think it is going to be a double change. He has decided that he wants to bring Willis Sula as well. Tonali with this latest delivery. Burn inevitably the target. Jolinton so poking it wide.
cheeky effort. No space for any even backlift. Tries to toe punt the ball in.
That change has been in the post for a while. The second one will see Asula replace Anthony Gordon. 4 goals for him first half midweek, but nothing tonight. And here comes Asula, who's only made the one Premier League start all season. He's scored 3 goals, 2 of them in the League Cup.
Is that managing Anthony Gordon's body? Possibly. Travelled a long way, played a lot of minutes, done really well, looked a threat. Not pushing it too far, possibly. I mean, I can't imagine why you would take him off if you're really pushing for that equalising goal. Surely, as a player, you'd want to keep on the pitch.
Minutes to go. Manchester City within 2 points of Arsenal. In action tomorrow, London derby, but they'll play the extra game after that. City 5 clear of Villa if they can hold on. It's becoming increasingly polarised. It's a 2-horse race now after Villa dropped points again today.
Got that kind of unsettling game in hand all the time now as well, haven't we? Manchester City not being able to play last week, midweek. So I don't know how long that's going to go on for, Jim, but not going to be sat level pegging on matches for a while.
So Arsenal having played the extra game, but over the next month or so, every time both play over the course of the weekend, Arsenal never kick off before City. Look for apply pressure on Arsenal, but they are subsequently involved in action.
It all plays into the psychology here.
So one of them went around the corner. Cherky, it's Ryan Eggley. He's got Haaland in the middle. And he was caught in 2 minds and tackled himself. What a chance that was.
But just didn't end up making any decision, really. But I have to credit Dan Burn. His angle of approach coming out of that centre-back position was absolutely spot on. He made life very difficult for Aït-Nouri. Cut off that supply line into the middle and showed him the line. He just didn't even make a decision, did he? Just ran straight into Burn. It's Cherky with the pass. I mean, have a look at the vision. He's that bang just round the corner. But look at Dan Burn. He decides, right, I've got to leave Haaland here. I'm coming across. But he doesn't want that ball to go across into Haaland. Cuts off that shot brilliantly. And Aït-Nouri just gets himself in a right muddle.
I tried to play it in with his left foot and it flicked his right instead.
That is mad.
Aït-Nouri has now given a free kick away. It's the umpteenth opportunity for Burn to make his way forward. Trying to trivia or Jacob Murphy this time to swing on it. Number of free kicks that Manchester City have given in this kind of area. It's a lot. Newcastle. It's in a good area as well. Burn on the stretch. head in hands when he couldn't get anything on it. I love the quality that Jacob Murphy brings. I think good with the ball. It's crossing deliveries. Superb attack. There is a real air of tension around this place. It's been such a contrast in second half, isn't it, from Manchester City? Almost like got the goals, and again, the psychology of the title races. We're in the lead, we don't want to lose it. It just puts the handbrake on a little bit. You don't quite play with the same. In the second half, it allowed Newcastle back in this game. The season lasts 8
One
months.
goal, please, Newcastle.
The
One
games are
goal.
bound to be variations in the
What's
level
wrong?
of performance over those, but they also, the nature of the season is it serves up 10-minute periods that you can go into knowing that they could be of crucial importance. You think of the last 10 minutes at Anfield for Manchester City. You think of the last 10 minutes for Arsenal the other night. Yeah. This
One goal.
feels similarly important for Manchester City. Whether they will be able to hold on, get the lead down to 2 at the top, or whether it will be 4 or potentially, I guess, even 5. City in the box seat at the moment. Here, remember, their fate stays in their own hands. Gay. Kusanov. Cherky. That is a great mix of the inventive and intricate. Tonali. Sit back from Kieran Trippier. As I said, more and more of the ball as the night goes on. They haven't been able to force Donnarumma into a truly significant save to keep the lead intact. After all the possession, they're not quite creating the goal-scoring opportunities. Manchester City would be just delighted with them knocking the ball about and just running that clock down. Now Semenyo got caught, but Cherky's got it. The referee playing the advantage as a result of that. Cherky saying that Semenyo's not back on his feet quickly enough. Next to stop the game. Looked like a bit of a thigh.
Newcastle, you're letting me
Knee into the
down.
thigh, shall I say, or back of the hamstring. Very Joe Linton style, wasn't it? Kicking straight through the back of the player. Joe Linton does what Joe Linton does. Phil Foden's going to get 5 minutes here. Player who hasn't scored in his last 15 games. You would imagine that there has to be a high chance it will be Semenyo who will make way for him. Rodri foul. He's had a mixed game, Semenyo. Good, really good and powerful with the ball, but a little bit sloppy with some of his passes. Get the ball away quite a lot, a couple of times in key areas. Away by Joe Linton. and there have been a fair few of those since his introduction. I'm not sure he does too much wrong here, though, to be honest. I mean, Cherky knows he's there, he's waiting for the contact, and he just falls into it.
One goal, please. Newcastle, one goal.
It's not often I defend him with these tackles, but I've got some sympathy for him there. Cherky's really looking for it, and he can't do much about it. So here's the change. Foden for Semenyo with 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time still to go. Always a big ovation for Foden when he comes on. He's found himself just down the batting order a little bit over the last few weeks. He's a little bit hot and cold, isn't he? Can be magnificent, and then other matches not so much. At this stage of the season, Pep wants players where he knows what he's going to get from them. Murphy. Rasulison sees that he was offside, held his run. Chow wants this battle with O'Reilly. Time is not Newcastle's friend here. Clock will be ticking down pretty slowly from a Manchester City perspective, I'm sure. Ball again from Nunes, returned by Hall. Kusanov. Johnson in there battling. He's conceded a free kick. System infringement. The referee pointed at 3 separate areas on the field before showing him the yellow. Yeah, that's a fair few free kicks, isn't it? And it's a big forearm. It's too high. It's to the back of the head. You can't run through players to the ball. You've got to have a bit more discipline than that. So that's an 11th yellow card of the season for him. It's a big issue for Eddie Howe, I think, that as much as he might want to play, but you can't give that many fouls away and pick up that many yellow cards. You start to become a little bit of a liability. Well played. Stalali and then Ramsey trying to release Asula. Not as well since coming on. How about that little flip from Donnarumma there as well? He says he can't use his feet. It's a lovely little touch from the keeper. The bad one from Haaland. Here come Manchester City again with Cherky. He's forced Foden wider than he wanted to go. And as a result, he couldn't shoot or find O'Reilly. Cherky then trying to pirouette his way back inside the penalty area. Unlike Cherky, that to get that weight of pass wrong. Still taking the aerial route though, Ryan ignoring. Four additional minutes to play.
4 minutes. Oh my God, Newcastle, can you do something in 4?
Gahey. It was Haaland taking it on. Now came Pope to make it important. Foden. Another great save from Pope. Didn't buy the dummy. Still, City can't put this to bed. Just an exercise of ball retention, really, with 3 minutes left, but Getting closer to a third goal. Nunes puts the ball out of play. Out of your view, Tonali is down hurt here.
Well, it's a great opportunity to have a look at the double save. Lovely pass from Getty into Haaland. Look how well Burn does here. Gets his body across, puts Haaland off, can't get the clean hit in, and then Pope stands up really strong with Foden's left foot. And look at Pep hopping all over the technical area. And it looks like City are going to see this game through. Massive 3 points. Well, he'll certainly be high on many people's lists for the player of the match. 2 goals for him, the 6th for the season. First ever Premier League brace of crucial importance, seemingly. I thought he had a blistering first half, didn't he? And City haven't really got going in the second. It's all about seeing the game out and managing this football match. Still time for Newcastle in a week that has already seen a monumental stoppage time equaliser in a game in the title race. And then 2-2 here as it did at Molineux the other night. O'Reilly winning it back. Bernardo Silva bringing it away. Haaland taking it on. Couldn't beat them all. Alex Chow defending it really well on the back foot, got his foot in. Haaland then wins it back, but the whistle's gone. I think Burn and Chow have been excellent this evening for Newcastle to keep him at bay.
God, it's
And to stand
over.
the way they have done, I think Eddie Howe will be proud of quite a few elements of the Newcastle performance. In fact, it's been a good away day in terms of how they've played. Obviously, the scoreline not gone in their favour, but we've got to take a lot from this game. Joelinton, it's Barnes!
Woo, Barnes.
Donnarumma tipping it wide, may have been going wide anyway. But Newcastle will have a chance to equalise from a corner in stoppage time.
Well, they pick up the second ball, and whether or not that touch kept it out, I'm not too sure, but hope is up.
Oh my God, it's over. 2-1. Oh,
So
me.
Pope forward here. Newcastle throwing everything at it, and he very nearly got his head to it. Jacob Murphy.
It's over.
Manchester City living on their nerves. The 4 minutes are up. Hands up. Still play goes on. Hoisted high by Tonali. Silva gets it away, and that is that. Mancunian momentum is gathering pace. The gap at the top down to 2. In 2026, after Nico O'Reilly's first half double. The second half saw Manchester City on the back foot. Newcastle throwing everything at them, but they couldn't find an equaliser. And after Arsenal had dropped points in 2 successive games, Manchester City respond by holding on here. 11 games left in the title race. So much to play for. Manchester City doing their bit have beaten Newcastle by 2-1. We made the point with 10 minutes to go, but it felt like an important conclusion of this game. And Manchester City got through it unscathed, and there weren't too many worries along the way. They didn't see much of the ball in the second half, But they have the craft to be able to get the job done.
Yeah, I agree. I think their mood and their feel shifted
Yeah,
in the
cooked
second
us
half.
Arsenal,
I'm
man.
not too sure it helped Newcastle, if I'm honest. I think I preferred them in the first, sat deep, soaking up pressure and using that pace. When Manchester City were up on the halfway line, they looked way more vulnerable for me at that point. They sat a lot deeper in the second, created their opportunities, probably could have got another goal to have that 2-goal cushion. But at the end of the day, it's about managing these situations. Those 10-minute blocks, like you mentioned, that really determined the season. And you have to say, City got it right.
Well, they'll do it all again in a fortnight's time in the FA Cup. They've already played each other 3 times in 2026. This is clearly the most significant of the victories that Manchester City have had, closing the gap to Arsenal, and it does apply pressure on them before the game with Tottenham tomorrow.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, the pressure is massively on Arsenal. But I have to say, Newcastle will take so much away from this game. The way they're performing away from home in tough places, I think is testament to the group, to the manager setting them up. They looked a real threat at times. 2 centre-backs battled hard. There's a lot of good things coming out of this Newcastle team at the moment, and I think they should take that away from this game and be really proud of their performance.
There's a celebration that speaks volumes. He knew how important it was to be able to get the job done today. One stage, the lead was up to 9. Now it is down to 2, and the Manchester City supporters fully believing that they're going to be able to win the title back. They haven't got that much experience of being able to get over the line. The players that are here at the matchday squad today, only 8 of the 20 have won a Premier League title, but significantly, he's won 6 and dying up number 7. From myself, enjoy the rest of your Premier League weekend, and we'll leave you here with scenes of a jubilant Pep Guardiola after Manchester City beat Newcastle by 2-1.
Arsenal, we are cooked, man. We have nothing to say, man. Arsenal, we are cooked. Let's see tomorrow if we're gonna win. If we win, we are lucky. If not, we call it over, man. We call it a wrap. If we don't win, we call it a wrap. What? Holy. Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. My good team. Tomorrow is the day. Not even tomorrow, today. Because we are on a Sunday already. Arsenal win, man. I'm demoralized. I don't.
It was a night that saw 2 sides of Manchester City's title challenge. A buoyant attacking play and excellent finishing of Nico O'Reilly provided the foundation for the victory. 4-0 up after 14 minutes. They only held the lead for 8. Lewis Hall's ever deflecting off O'Reilly in order to make it 1-1. But then O'Reilly scored what turned out to be the winner after a delicious cross from Haaland. And Manchester City then defended resolutely, denying Newcastle too many chances in the second half.
Newcastle, you let us down. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's see what Arsenal will do. That's all for Saturday fixtures. Let's meet today, Sunday. The big game, Arsenal versus Tottenham, man. 30 minutes. Okay. It's now time Arsenal get to start to win our matches. It's high time Arsenal winning matches, not getting. Look at the result. Look at how Man City get shining, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy to think about, man. For me, I can say let Arsenal win their matches. Man City is not to win, man. That's what I can say. Man City is never going to stop winning. So tomorrow, if Arsenal is gonna draw or lose, we call it a wrap because we can't afford. This one match is over. I don't want to be negative or insecure about Man City. Let's be positive. Man. Arsenal, we are winning tomorrow. Oh, my God, sorry. Today. Because it's already 1 a.m. Kenyan time. So it means I'm gonna be doing a live stream today at exactly 19 p.m. That's like 5 p.m. UK time. For my UK big supporters, man. See you at exactly I say 5 plus 3. That's plus 2 plus 7 6 plus 3. My math's not mathing, man. Yeah, let's meet at exactly 16 p.m. UK time, man. I'll be in. 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 Okay. I think you're gonna give me time to sign out, and we'll get to catch up some time, man. I wanna say big thanks to everyone who's tuned in, to all the 22 people who have voted. Big up, 22 votes. I can see Arsenal. We were hiding, right? We were supporting Newcastle. But unfortunately, not go the way we wanted, man. Will Newcastle beat Man City? Yes, at 77, 22. That is yes, what? But in reality, Man City won, man. Okay. Anyways, big shout out to everyone who's in, Superstar Milo, Joshua G, Elaborator Map guy, and Super Arsenal World. This some other time today. Big thank you to like stream this live stream till this time, man. Thank you. Now boy, allow your boy to get some rest, man. But my network is misbehaving. Anyway, my good people, let me sign out in peace. Not the result we wanted, but it is what it is. Okay? Yeah, may God bless you all. May God bless you all. See you some other time today. Arsenal versus Tottenham. I'm gonna work on that. Come early and hype that match. Though right now I'm weak because of this result you can see on your screens. Man City 2, Newcastle 1, man. I'm sick of every day supporting the opponent of Manchester City to win, but Man City get to win, man. Nah, that's not what I'll be doing. Arsenal should start winning their matches. So today I'm supporting Arsenal since I'm an Arsenal fan and see if we're gonna continue, man, and we're gonna be serious about this. So today is a day to see if Arsenal is serious for the title, the EPL, or not. To get to know that, catch me in that live stream, man. Okay? Yeah, I'm out, man. If you haven't subscribed, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Hit that subscribe button and like this stream. And also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you will get to catch me anytime I'm live. You'll get notified. That's it. Yeah, let me sign out, man. It's been 2 hours, 15 minutes. You are supporting Newcastle, mostly me. I don't know you, but I was supporting Newcastle and I'm disappointed once again. 3 days in a row. I was supporting Marseille, they lost. I was supporting Celtic, they lost. I was supporting Newcastle today, they lost. Man, it is tough. It is truly tough, man. Let me stop sharing. Yeah. It's sickening, but it is what it is, man. See you in the next live stream, man. Arsenal versus Tottenham. Yeah, I'm tired. The boy is tired, man. I'm out, man. Peace. May God bless you all, man. And best of luck in everything you're doing out there, okay? Arsenal fans, see you in a bit. Also, for my supporters, man, see you in a bit, man. I'm out. Let me get some rest and make sure you get some rest. Drink water, eat. Today is a big day, okay? Yeah. I'm out, man.